Welcome to the UK OCR Community Podcast, presented by Obstacle Racing Media. Each episode, we'll be talking to race directors, elite runners, weekend warriors, and frankly, anyone else from the UK OCR scene that will talk to us. Here is your host, Alan, aka Muddy Duck.
Anywhere in Chicken Town. The bloody scene is bloody sad. The bloody news is bloody bad.
Greetings, friends, acquaintances, and anyone else who just happens to be listening. Welcome to another edition of the UK OCR podcast. I hope everyone's had a really, really good weekend. I know the people over in the States, I was going to say, but over in America, had an amazing weekend at World's Toughest Mudder. Big well done to Grant there, and everyone else who scored age group and whatever else you did over there. If you was in the pits, absolutely. What an amazing effort it was. Great show the Brits have done. And talking about the Brits and the UK, how about we've launched the UK OCR's first 4 races? If you don't know who they are, go back to listen to Swift R for the weekend and you'll find out. We had Becky Neal come on to tell us. More coming soon about the rest of the races. In the meantime, I was asked about shoes not long since, and it's a massive subject that me and my buddies who I go running with, Jamie and Rob, talk about. So I tried to get them on. Unfortunately, Jamie couldn't make it. So I've managed to get Rob on, and then I also got B Wood on to talk about shoes that she uses, because I thought it'd be interesting to find out for someone who doesn't like actually run, but who does need good supporting and good gripping shoes to get over obstacles the best you possibly can. So we got B on as well. So it's a bit raw. It's a bit raw. Rob's never been on a podcast before, so well done to him for popping on. But yeah, let's get away. I hope you enjoy it. My mate, Robert Kennett. Oh my God, Robert, how are you?
Oh, hello. How are you, mate? I'm fine, mate. I'm fine. I'm really good. Nursing an injury, as you know, but we're gonna get into that later, I guess. Yeah. So all good.
Escape from Meriden this coming week.
Can't wait.
Injuries galore with all of us, and we're going to go for a little 100-mile jog, however long it's going to be. Trainers, Rob. Trainers. Me, you, and Jamie. We talk trainers virtually every run we go on. So I was thinking, them chats that we have, let's bring one to a podcast. So here we are. So you are. Can I say you're an Innovate fan?
I think it's fair to say that, yes, I should have shared with them as far as shoes are concerned. Yes.
So, what in your garage? Because I know you store your shoes in your garage like me. What shoes have you currently got in your garage?
I think probably in excess of 7 pairs, maybe more. I don't know. I think the G Max 300 Ultra Trail Talent, whatever they're called. I think I've got 3 pairs of them. You know, the 300 Max. I've got 3 pairs of them because I swear by them. Or I did. I still do, obviously. But yeah, so I've got 3 pairs of them. One that's like brand new. We're ready for the 100 miles that never happened. I've got the 212 X Talent. I've got the Trail X Talent 280, 290, I think they are.
Yeah.
What else have I got in a way? I've got 2 pairs of the 260s, the G260s. No, 270s, sorry. And I have the old pair of the first one that came with 0 drop, the G260s. I did my London Marathon in them, which I probably was the only one wearing those kind of shoes for a marathon on a tarmac. Yeah. I don't know. I genuinely don't know how many more, if I'm honest.
There's not many people who run a marathon, London Marathon, in a pair of trail shoes. You must be one of the very few people that have done that. Out of all of them you've got,
awesome.
We all have one shoe that we would go back to for our training. So, I mean, our training runs tend to be semi-off-road, don't they? A little bit of trail, maybe a little bit of tarmac. Yes. What's the one that you go to?
My go-to shoe for it was the Innovate G300 Max, 300 Max. Let me see if I can remember the full name. I think they were called Innovate Trailfly, Ultra G300 Max. I think that's their full name. So that's my go-to shoe.
And I've got a pair of them. So I've got a pair in blue, haven't I? So
I think so. Yes.
Yeah. What makes you go to them? What's what's them between? So I'm a fan of at the minute. I'm a fan of the 280s. You know, I like my 280s. So what's the difference? What makes you go for the 300 over the 280s?
Um, it possibly could be that I should have gone a full size up on the 280s. I think they're too tight on me.
Okay.
And obviously, there's extra cushioning on the 300, a lot more than the 280s. Although they're lighter shoe, I think they're more sort of like flexible or versatile, if you like. But I still prefer the 300, even though it's a sluggish shoe, if you like. It's not made for speed. Or not for me anyway. It's got everything. So obviously, the transition from like road to trail to mud, although they're not brilliant on mud, as you are aware, I've told you, and I think it's just the comfort of them. I think obviously I did the 100 miler on them, and yeah, I think that's probably it really. Comfort and good on road, trail, and every sort of like terrain, if I'm honest.
Yeah. I'm not going to slate the 300s because at the minute I'm using them. I'm going to use them from Escape from Meriden next week.
Yeah,
As we were in that, I used them from Escape from Meriden last year, and
yeah,
I used them in my first attempt when we did the 100 miler around there, the Light and Dark Peak 100 miler. Um,
yes, yeah.
they didn't suit me for that 100 miler because I got blisters in two places on them. But ever since then, they have been my long distance shoe.
Mhm.
However, I do prefer as a go to shoe at this moment in time the 280s. I just feel that they're just lighter and in fact in fact I'm going to say not the
Yes,
280s. I'm going for 270s because I'm liking the zero drop. I'm really going back to zero drop
the zero
shoes.
drop. Yes,
You
yeah.
know, they just seem to suit me and that on the trails and that. Would you use your 300s or any of your trail fly shoes, so the 270s, the 280s, or the 300s? Would you use any of them for OCR?
Oh, maybe the 280s or the 270s. Yeah, I find the grip is better and the flexibility of it. But now the 300s, they're too bulky for OCR for me, I think. Uh,
Well, I'm going to shock
yeah,
people here, Rob. I think I might have
yeah.
told you this. Did I tell you I used the 270s at ETM?
I don't think you did, no, but we're actually in agreement for once. Yeah, because I picked them. Did you do it in them?
Yeah, so the ETM this year,
All right.
I did the first three laps in 270s because
Yeah,
I knew it was going to be dry. I knew it was going to be,
yeah,
dryish
yeah.
everywhere, and there'd been no rain. So I thought, yeah, 270s. Struggled a little bit in Mud Mile, the mountains where you're going up and down in the water and that.
Yes, yeah, yeah.
Struggled a bit in
Obvious.
them, yeah. But other than that, everything were perfect for them. Did move to a more grippy shoe. I moved to the XTRMs, so the VJ XTRMs for the second half of the race, as it got wetter and muddier and things like that. And that, but yeah, the 270s were great for me to start with. So yeah, I think people could use them and very
Uh,
versatile.
and obviously, I presume they were faster laps and they're quite light on your feet as well. So they're quite good. They're really good.
That was the reason. That was my thought process behind them. I wanted something that I
Yeah,
could run in that wasn't going to. I don't know if you get this, but sometimes, and you've got, I think you've got VJI rocks, haven't you?
I have, yes.
So when it comes
Oh,
to grip,
not the Irox. No, I've got the Ultras.
oh, you've got the ultras. Um,
Yeah,
don't you have? Don't you have the grippier IROX then? Didn't I give you some IROX at some point that you used on mine?
I did. Yes, I had the Iroc 2, I think. Were the original ones? Either Iroc 2 or Iroc the originals, and that's the first time I experienced VJ grip,
Which is phenomenal,
which
isn't it?
is
But if you're using a
yeah.
grip that's that good and you're on non-muddy ground, do you think it slows you down as a runner?
I don't think I'm fast enough to notice that slight of difference, but no, I would still, I would still prefer like example one we did Elvelli with me and Jamie and Neil and Alex. I went for the VJ Ultras for the grip because obviously we were doing striding edge. It was only a hike, so to speak. So it wasn't a run, but still I prefer to be, to have the safety of the grip because they, as you said, they are phenomenal for grip fit. Now, I wouldn't have thought so, dude. It's, slow you down. I don't know. I don't think so. I don't find them as how can I put it now? The, the sole is not as comfortable as sort of like the 300 or I'm going to shock you now because I'm obviously doing with the fresh foam New Balance for the Escape from Meriden. So I'm going to leave the 300 even though it's just, I think they're way too comfy. They're really, really comfy, the fresh foam New Balance.
So,
But
so let's move
I'm
on to
veering off track.
these
Yeah,
fresh from. Let's move on to these fresh from that
yeah,
you recently purchased that look like to me they look
yeah. I
like
love them.
stilettos. You're about 6 inch
Yes.
taller than what you ever have been. You're now nearly as tall as me.
Yeah,
Uh, Jamie's still a little bit size of Smurf in his, but he's getting taller.
yeah. I think
What's
small
special
shoe
about
size
them?
don't help it either. So yeah.
No. Well, what's so
I,
special about them? Because I mean, Jamie bought some, you got some. I've yet to
yeah,
part with my hard-earned cash, but you've both gone for them and you're both swearing by them.
yeah, yeah. They're really comfortable. They're so like soft. How can I put it? But still sturdy because the upper sole is light, but obviously it sort of like hugs, if you like, or it wraps around your upper foot, so it's still snug. They're not made for too technical terrain, but obviously you can do the ankle lock on your laces, and then you can feel safer. But um, as far as like hard trail or muddy, and not so much. But they're perfect choice. Especially for long runs. I'm on about now, and I
What,
would
what's the,
think because of sorry, the
I was going
stack
to say,
or
what's the drop on them? What's the drop on them? Because they look massive.
I,
Anyone who look at
I
these,
think
anyone can look at them on
the
sports
the
shoes and they're
drop.
massive.
So let me look, but I don't think that the drop is more than 6 or 8 at best. Six, I think it would be. But I'm going to check it now because I don't think it's the start because it's just the sole is just toe to heel is high, basically, just big. I'm going to have a look at it now. Oh, only 4 mil. I didn't think it was much.
So that's quite low then. So that's pretty cool because,
Well,
like I said, I'm looking for like zero drop shoes now
yeah,
or minimal drop shoes. So that's not bad. But when you look
yes,
at them, you would think these are massive, wouldn't you? I mean,
yeah,
what's it like to run on? Do you feel
they
that
do look
you're
massive.
higher?
Yeah.
Do you feel that you're higher off the floor?
Yes. I mean, especially the first time I put them on, I didn't feel, at first I thought, oh my God, because it's, so you get the bounce, so like the energy return as the Trailfly Ultra G300, the Innovate was selling theirs to say that, you get like 25% return or whatever. Yeah, you get that feel when you run on them, but it's just too sort of like, I don't know, too soft, too nice. I don't know, like on clouds were supposed to be like comfy and a nice
Yeah,
bounce to them.
yeah. The on clouds. I had some trail shoes. Do you remember when we cycled all the way down to Nottingham to do a park run? About a 90-mile cycle, do a
Yes,
park
I
run,
do.
cycle OCR and come back. I think I took some
Austria and combat.
white clouds down there, which they gave me lots of
You did,
returns.
yeah.
Some trail cloud. They were real. In fact, I don't even know what I've done with them.
Well, you have a lot more shoes than me, Alan Moore. So
I do believe I did a PB on a park run there. I think I clocked to 21 minutes if I remember rightly.
I don't know the exact time, but you 100% was a PB because me and Jamie were left. You were just gone.
So
So
yeah,
you
I
you
think
so I can't remember the time though. You definitely finished before us. But yeah, I can't remember the time. You
yeah,
were flying. Oh,
yeah.
you were on cloud, mate. On cloud.
Our own cloud, I like that. I like it. They don't do the trail shoes like they used to on cloud. They're more going to road shoes now. But I mean, these fresh from New Balance that you're talking about, they're available in trail
Yes.
shoes and they're available in road shoes. So that they're making a bit of a comeback. And I think sports shoes have got the best deals. I know about 80 something pounder. I think they are starting at, depending on
I
which model you're going to go for.
think if you get the older version, I think I got it from obviously sports shoes always, they're always offering discounts and sometimes you get them from extra discounts and whatever. But yeah, I think I got mine when they dropped to 89 plus I had a 10% discount. So it wasn't too bad to try a new pair of shoes. I mean, to think of it, I think when they first came out, they were close to 200 quid. So I don't know, I think in my eyes, no shoes worth that much money, but around about 100, I'd be tempted.
What? So you've paid full price for your some of your innovates, though,
My
didn't you?
innovates. The
Yeah.
only, yeah, that's the first time though. What would I think I would have been issues with my heel or ankles or something, and so I can't remember now. As you know, us runners always having issues with something or other. But yeah, and yeah, I bit the bullet on that one, and I think I got it from Innovate direct, and I think I paid about 129 because they gave me a discount. But yeah, I mean, I think there was supposed to be 140, I think, or something. Yeah.
Have you
So that for me is
used?
full price.
Have you had the mud talons or the two
The
one
new one,
sixes from? No, the older ones. Have you had? Did you have the older innovates?
no,
The really good grip
I
ones. What were the 265s or something like that?
260, 270s there were, but there were the Trail Talon, I think they were called, the blue ones. If you remember when we used to do the fell running, I
Yeah.
love those shoes. I mean, because obviously, as you know, you were boggy as hell on them on the hills and whatnot, and we were sort of like finding our own path, and they were so versatile, so quick and grippy. I love them shoes. I genuinely did. Well, I still have them.
Every now and then. Is that what you used when we went up
Yeah.
on Edale with Libby and the team and we went through the snow?
Oh, I can't remember what I wore then. I don't think I had them, did I? I think I had the 300s then. No, I think
So
I had
you
300s then.
so you went up the snow with
But,
300s.
but yes, I did. But the Trail Talent then the either 265 or 270. My memory's failing me at the moment, but yeah, they are a lot grippier than the 300s. They feel a bit like a VJ shoe, like an IROC more than a Innovate.
Yeah,
I don't know
yeah,
what the difference is in. Yeah,
yeah, I get that because I mean I've got several innovates. I couldn't even tell you the models I've got now. With they're in the garage, just gathering dust. Sometimes I
I
tend
think
to.
you've got, because I've seen yours, you've got the 270s, you got 280s, and you got the 300s. I don't think you've got any other ones on Innovate.
Oh, I have. I've got several OCR innovates, but we
Yeah,
shan't talk about
since
my
when?
innovate collection. We shan't talk about my innovate collection.
Oh, I mean, I must have converted you because you sort of like, no, 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 it was never, yeah. They do
No, yeah,
shrink. You had the point.
yeah, but they've stopped, haven't they? Let's face it. Right now,
Yeah.
innovate have stopped shrinking, or they've stopped shrinking to the extent that they used to. The whole trail fly series that I've got now, and I've got all of them. None of them have
Hmm.
shrunk more than half a size. Where before I found them shrinking two or even up to three sizes. I'm a size 11 in a
Yeah.
shoe. Yeah, I'm a size 11 in a shoe.
Yeah.
I always used to buy size 12 or even 13s and Innovate, and I would wear them several times and they would shrink too much. I can buy a 12 in a VJ and it will fit me forever. It never shrinks VJ. And I had Salomon once. I wore them in a size 12 and they never shrank because I always buy one size up me on my running shoes.
A full size.
A full size, yeah. With the latest Trailfly series, I've actually gone up to a size 13, but none of them have shrunk. So they still feel just that little bit too
Same,
big for
yeah.
me when I start running in them. Once I've done mileage, once I've got like 10, 15 miles in my belt, my foot started to swell a little bit.
Swollen,
Um,
yeah.
yeah, they fit perfect, and I can't fault them from that point onward. But there is a little bit there of take them, don't wash them in the washer. I'm going to say to people, don't wash them in the washer because they will shrink. But now they
I
don't,
never
and
do. Yeah.
yeah, and but my VJs have never shrunk. Never had a problem with VJs. Never had a problem with Salomon. Never had a problem with Oryx. I can't remember what other shoes I've used, but I've used that many. But yeah, the innovates always shrink. It's great that they don't now. So,
Hmm.
but yeah, what's your next shoe? What is the next shoe for you, Rob?
Ah, I don't know because unless see for a while it was like I'm not moving from the 300 from the 12 YG 300 Max. and now I'm with the fresh from the trail New Balance one. So I'm going to see how this one goes. But I was tempted, the new Innovator came out. I think coincidentally the Trailfly, I think it was
They brought a
the
few out
speed
quite
one out
recently,
now.
Innovate, haven't they? Yeah, they've brought a lot of new trail shoes
Well, they
out.
brought a road shoe as well. So I'm
Yeah.
never going to buy a road shoe, though. You know that, not from Innovate. Um, Uh, yeah, so I think it possibly will be another Innovate, maybe. But I'm just biding my time at the moment. See what's best. Like it took me a while to buy the 280 because I think Jamie had two pairs by the time I bought mine, and I'm not a big fan. But possibly because I didn't go full size up, as you say. So maybe that was my mistake. Because they are quite small fitting. So.
So,
But
so
yeah, it will be
currently
some kind
sports
of innovate, I
shoes,
think. It's fair to say.
sportsshoes.com.
Yeah.
I've got the Innovate Trailfly
Uh-huh.
Ultra G300 Max Trail. Retails at
I know
170.
I've seen it.
They've got it to 70 quid
I've seen it. I know
in
I've
all
seen it.
sizes.
I couldn't though. My wife will kill me, Alan. You know that. I've got a brand new pair of them. And I think I bought them for 79 and I think they've dropped another 10 of them. So,
I can't believe
oh,
I'm so like I'm sat here on
tempted.
the
Yeah.
computer, yeah, and I'm thinking, shall I press purchase? Would it be wrong of me to press purchase right now? Luckily, in that particular model, they
You can
didn't
never
have
have
my
too many.
no, you can't. You can never have too many. But they didn't have my size in that particular model, so thank you for that
Oh,
sports shoe. But
sports shoe,
um,
yeah.
but they have got some other models in that I'm like tempted to. They've got some
Go on.
G270 version twos. Um, yeah.
I don't think
Oh, Terra Ultra G70. So
I
that's a
think
Terra
those are the one.
Ultra.
Yeah.
60
Yeah.
quid. 60 quid in my size. Is this wrong to
Right.
press purchase right now? Am I?
No. I think you should get another pair.
I think I should get another. They've only got two
Oh
pair in.
God.
So let's have a quick look at this. So 33% increase in stack height. Let me have a look at what
I mean,
drop they've got. So it's got a Power Flow Max midsole. What's that? Is that any good? That I don't know what that is. So
eh,
it doesn't tell me purchase, or do I press them? Does it show me what drop it is? I want to know. I need to do some research for I press purchase. I've only got
are you
one pair
looking at
left.
the new one?
No, this is the old
Are
one.
you
It's
looking at
the
the?
yeah, the Terra Ultra bright orange ones.
Oh right, okay. Oh, I don't think I've ever had a pair of them.
No,
But they're
I've
doing
got the new.
the new one is the. What have you got the new one? The Trailfly Trail Run.
I haven't got
I
it. No,
think
I
the
haven't got the new
whatever
one yet.
two
No,
seventies. No, because they did the Innovate Trailfly Trail Running. Those are the new ones. I think they're made for speed.
is that the new one with the new up that they
I
brought
don't.
out?
Anyway, we're not shopping now, are you?
No, I'm not. No, I've turned it off. I've turned it off. I was looking. So I could tell you what was next
Yeah,
deal. So,
yeah.
but Rob, thanks for coming on talking shoes with me. It's much appreciated. I know
Oh,
we'll
no.
talk shoes again. I know we'll talk shoes again. Um, quickly, just give me an update on the injury.
Oh, 100%.
Are we 100% on for Friday
It's
coming up?
much. No, no, I'm not 100%. I think at best I'll be about 90. So I will definitely be taking it steady. So I've got the GPX. If you and Jamie want to fly off, I will catch up eventually.
We can't let you have your GPX on your own. You can't use your GPX routes.
No, the map.
Yeah, yeah.
I know, but I'll have the phone for a while. Yeah, just go and have a nap. No, I'm definitely gonna be there. Definitely gonna try and make the full 24 hours at the very least. So, but yeah, we'll have to sort of like, are we meeting on Tuesday? And then we'll discuss that further. But shoes, yeah, it's always
Yes.
good to talk about shoes. But the problem is, like you say, we always end up buying some. So,
I think it's the first time we've not bought
um,
any of our talks. So.
Play that on.
B Wood, welcome to our podcast once again. We're talking shoes this week, B. Now, people might think, why have we got you on? But you need shoes like everyone else, you know. You
Yeah.
need something grippy and everything else. So what shoes are you wearing at the moment?
Well, I was wearing Speedcross 6.
Okay.
I wore Speedcross 6 for Overload. I wore them for all of my Tough Mudders, including Infinity. And then on my fifth Tough Mudder, I wore the Tough Mudder branded Craft OCR shoes, that Tough Mudder sell.
Yeah.
And if they could jump in a box together and produce kids, that would probably be my perfect shoe. But I have very different needs from able bodied, as you can imagine.
Yeah.
Um, Speedcross 6.
So
Absolutely.
Speedcross 6, that's do you have women's versions or do you have men's versions? Because there's two versions in Speedcross 6. And I don't know if you know this, but you've got your women's
There
men,
is.
and you've got your men's version. The difference is in the last, which is the thing.
Yeah.
Do you go for men's or do you go for women's?
I don't know. The thing
That's
is,
a good answer.
well, I mean, I'm trans female, so I do have effectively male structured bones.
Yeah.
But then, particularly with clothing, even though it's about shoes, because of all the hormones, I need female fit upper body, as you can imagine.
Yeah.
Because I can't feel my feet, it doesn't matter. It's more about when I try them on, somebody feels for me how much pressure is around my toes and where my
Yes.
toes are for me. So I ordered mine off sportshoes.com, off one of your UK OCR codes.
Yeah. Thank you.
Um, and I genuinely they might be men's, they might be women, they're grey, but they do a women's grey and a men's grey because of the wide fit. So
Yeah. Yeah.
got the wide fit because they fit tight and I can't restrict my feet too much. The sort of angle and the lugs don't matter to me, obviously, because I can't feel them, I don't walk on them. Where the grip comes in for me is when I am held up and I use my hips to swing my legs and I put a bit of pressure on my legs, even though they're not really working. If anyone's seen a video of me, particularly from my finish at Northwest this year, where it looks like I'm walking over the finish line, which was a dream of mine,
Yeah.
you'll actually see Martin holding the back of my harness up, and you'll see Laura and Shell either side of me, literally taking my weight. And I was using my hips to make my legs move, and my feet were twisting and buckling over. You'll see the sort of jelliness in my legs as I move them. But when my feet do hit the ground, it's important that my feet don't slip because they can take, even if they're taking 10% of my weight and they're jellified, that's still 10% of the weight that the people holding me don't have to carry.
Yeah.
And also regular running trainers just are not designed, let's say the material, I guess, the toughness, not toughness, but the material they're made from, never, I found at least, never washed the same after. My OCR trainers, I like my Speed Cross and my TM shoes. When I chuck them in the bath after and I shower all the mud off and then we wash them, they come out like brand new again. If I wear, like I did on my first TM, pair of Brooks glycerin running trainers, road running trainers, they're much more breathable, but they held water in the base more. And they never really came clean properly. They never recovered the same after doing a Tough Mudder in them. So, um, even though I'm in a wheelchair, that grip is quite important. Also, landing in water. Say, for example, Mud Mile, when they slide me down the mound, they twist me around and slide me down. I want to know that my feet and my legs are going to stay put when I go in, they grip to the mud, and then my body can follow rather than my legs slipping forward and then my body going down, if that makes sense.
It does, yeah. Yeah.
So even though my OCR shoes will probably outlast anyone able-bodied, or any of my shoes will, there's still some quite important elements to grip. The biggest difference for me is the Solomon quick lace system.
Yeah.
Does up really easily. My team or whoever's doing can tighten them up for me, tuck that bit of lace away, so there's no dangling laces to worry about, and they stay on my feet no matter what, because putting shoes on me is literally like putting shoes on a baby, where my feet are just wobbly. Auntie Charlie finds it fairly easy because she used to be a carer. She's quite used to it. But some people struggle to get my feet on. Got some of my mother family that's quite funny. At London South, I was sat in that mountain trike, and Auntie Victoria was there waiting for me to put my foot out to put it. She held my boot out for me, and she was waiting for me to put my foot out to put it into the boot. And I'm like, how long are you going to wait for? Because it's not going to happen. But so yeah, the quick lay system on the Solomon has been phenomenal. But even though my Solomons are not Gore-Tex, they hold water. So when I'm washing them, if I fill them up with the shower,
Yeah.
they will just sit there full of water and not drain any water. Now, from an adaptive point of view, when I've got very low circulation in my legs, that's not great, because at the end of Infinity, my feet and my legs were white because they were that cold. They were like ice.
Yeah.
And my team was saying, we need to warm your legs slowly, but we need to get heat in them fast. I got the TM shoes, the Craft ones, because they've got drainage holes in.
Yeah. Down the side.
Craft called it the high drain system.
Yeah.
I didn't realize how fast they do drain, but they're lace up. And it was kind of an experiment between, particularly prepping for Worlds next year. I need to be practicing now what equipment is going to keep most warmth in my legs and keep them safe, particularly over 24 hours. So this is why I've been experimenting with different shoes on OCR.
Okay.
And
how open are you to drilling holes in the soles of your shoes?
I never really
So I'll give you an idea. There was a trainer came out. I want to go back to 2018, about 2018, called Oryx. Absolutely real high quality trainer. The downside was it didn't drain. Everyone loved it. It was, at the time, it was the shoe to run in, but it didn't drain. So anyone who remembers me knows I had a pair, bright green, like a bluey green, the colour they were. And I drilled holes in mine because I read something that's what they did in Sweden. They drilled holes in the thing, and all of a sudden it changed the shoe.
Oh, really?
It took the shoe. The drainage was absolutely phenomenal after that. My feet would be dry in seconds. Got to admit though, you have to drill them through the sole, and you don't put too many in. You just put 2 or 3 holes, and it does break down the lifetime span of them. But as a runner, it breaks down the lifetime span of them, and it takes away a little bit of the cushioning on the forefront. So you just do it on the front of the heel, roughly where the ball of your foot is, just in that area, and you drill like I think I drilled 6 mil holes in. I think I drilled about 4-6 mils holes in. Might be worth thinking about it. You're not going to ruin the sole of your shoe, yeah. But it actually helps the water just get away quicker.
Well, it's funny because fuck off. I put on my Tough Mudder Craft ones for Northwest.
Yeah.
As we know, Northwest was like muddy and mud. It was a nightmare pulling the trike through. But going through Block Ness and going through island hopping, literally jumping in a lake, they got completely submerged. When we'd finished running, even though I don't run and put pressure on them to squeeze the water out the soles, and that's a lot of the problem when you're paraplegic, is getting water out of shoes is normally because you're running and putting pressure on them.
Yeah.
Where being paraplegic, there's no pressure going on the sole to push the water out. So I wore the Craft ones. My biggest complaint is the lace system is terrible. The laces are too long, they're dangly, and they came undone 3-4 times. I had to get my team to relace them for me.
Yeah.
Which is an absolute pain. One shoe also fell off. I can't remember what obstacle it was, but one came off my foot. Even though I'm not using my feet, I lost a shoe. And that's not ideal, because if I hadn't have looked and gone, oh, there's my shoe, I wouldn't have felt it. So from a staying on my feet point of view, absolutely awful. But the material, if I fill one of those up with the shower, not only do the drainage holes at the sides, the 4 drainage holes, work, it looks like it's got 4 hose pipes coming out the sides of the shoes.
Yeah.
The material itself lets water out as well. I finished Northwest and my feet were only damp, not wet through.
Okay.
So I wish the Speed Cross had those a similar drainage system, and I wish the material of them was more drainage, if you like the material let water out. Because
Yeah.
I think if the Speed Cross did as good a job as water draining as the Craft Tough Mudder ones, that would be my perfect shoe from an adaptive point of view. Because laces, when you're running, I don't know as an able-bodied person if they're a problem or not, but in a wheelchair, when your legs are being dragged behind you, like laces can get caught when your legs are being dragged.
Yeah.
Um, the Speed Cross lacing system is just the best of the best of the best for me. The Speed Cross felt like they gave better grip on things like Mud Mile. So when I
Yeah.
was sort of landing legs first, it felt like I had a little bit more stability in the Speed Cross than I do the Craft ones. But the Craft shoes, definitely the water drainage massively outweighed them from a safety point of view for leg temperature and all that sort of stuff. So although I haven't got massive experience in OCR shoes, from an adaptive point of view, I'm still trying to figure things out. But there are two things. If I can find a shoe that has a quick lace system, like Solomon do, where there's nothing dangling or anything to be caught on anything when I'm being dragged, but also drain water just as well, with lugs that are grippy enough, with even very little pressure, they will still grip to mud. I've got my ideal shoe. Haven't quite yet found it yet, though.